Hello everyone, thank you for joining me once again. This is Taliesin McKnight. Today's topic is candle magic. Candle magic. Now, the use of a sacred fire or candles in religious practices, magic, different various spiritual practices is not a new thing. It's been around for a very long time. Candle magic is one of the most simple forms of magic that you could learn. Candle magic. Often it's considered a beginner's magic. Candle magic could either be simple or it could be very complex, depending on how you use it. If you're a beginner, I would advise you to go the simple route. Now, I don't know if you practice magic or not, or whether you just simply are interested in the subject or want to learn what it's all about for curiosity's sake. Candle magic. First of all, you have to understand that different candle colors are important. Red often represents love and sex. Yes, I said it, y'all. Sex. Getting it on has to do also with health. Has to do with health and vitality. Green represents money, prosperity, a new job, things like that. Fertility. Blue is a color of calming, soothing, meditation, intuition. Black is often used for destructive magic, often used for bindings, protection, things of that nature. White is an all-purpose color for anything creative. Yellow has to do with knowledge, education, many different things. Green is often seen as a color of healing, a healing color, as well as prosperity and all that other stuff. Purple is often used for intuition, communication with spirits, and various other things. Now here, I need to make a quick point real quick for you guys. What candle colors mean what depends on your cultural context. For example, here in the West, different colors mean different things in different cultures, y'all. For example, here in the West, white is often used in weddings, representing purity. Now, if you go to China, white is often used for funerals. White is seen as sort of a negative color, while red is seen as very good and positive. So different colors will represent different things depending on your cultural context. Here in the United States, here in the West, these are what the colors mean. Now, with the candle, you will typically anoint the candle, bless it to a purpose. For example, if you have a green candle for prosperity or a new job, you will take oil and you will anoint the candle and focus on blessing it to this purpose. I anoint you that you bring me prosperity. I dedicate you to prosperity. Now, you can use regular olive oil, because olive oil is often used in sacred practices, or you can combine different herbs with the oil. You can use herbs that represent prosperity into the oil and anoint it. Now, there are two basic ways for anointing a candle for candle magic. One way is that you anoint it from the wick to the base to bring something to you, from the base to the wick to get rid of something, destructive magic. While another system states that you should start in the center of the candle, go to the base, then from the center to the top. There are different ways of doing it, y'all. So anyways, say you want a romance. Say you're doing a love spell to bring a new romance into your life. Take a red candle, which represents sex and passion, or pink for like love and romance and more poetic kind of crap like that. Take olive oil, if that's all you have handy, bless the oil and focus on, I dedicate you to the purpose of bringing me love. Set the candle in a holder, place rose petals around it, or an herb representing love. The idea is, in magic, the more things you can put on the altar that have to do with love, the more effective. If you can draw a heart and put the candle in it, the better. If you can do it on Friday, the day of Venus, all the better. During the hour of Venus, if you want to add copper, which is the metal of Venus, into the spell, you can. If you want to use rose petals that represent love, then you can. If you want to take the Lover's tarot card and set it on the altar to help bring love, then you can. Anything that has to do with the idea of romance, you can add to the spell. The idea is, light the candle, walk around the altar, jostle, which is clockwise, while repeating some kind of a chant that has to do with bringing romance. You can just walk around the altar, light the candle, walk around the altar saying passion, love, romance. Or you could say, let's see, as below, so above, the powers that be bring me true love. Anything. Walk around the altar clockwise while repeating the chant. You can do this 3 times, 9 times, usually a sacred number. Then let the candle burn all the way down. Alternatively, you could let the candle burn a little bit, snuff it, and then the next day you can repeat the spell. So you can repeat the spell on a number of different days. You could start while the moon is starting to grow and repeat the spell each night, culminating on the full moon, and then bury the spell into the yard, which is fixing the trick, so to speak, fixing the spell, sealing the deal. Alternatively, you could light the candle and you could repeat the chant while going around and around and around, starting out slowly and go faster and faster and faster, repeating the chant. The idea is that eventually you go into an altered state of consciousness where you're just filled with energy until you just kind of go into a trance, going around the circle and spinning, and you go into a trance, and then you push, you release the energy into the universe. Some traditions will tell you to look at the wax, to look for a sign that has to do with your spell. Other traditions will say that's bullshit. Now, getting rid of the wax, getting rid of the rose petals, getting rid of all that stuff. Most traditions claim, don't just throw it in the trash. Don't do that, y'all. Bury it in the yard. You can think of it as planting a seed, or throw it into a place of running water. So these are some basic ideas of doing candle magic. If you're doing a money spell, take a green candle, anoint it with oil, dedicate it to the purpose of bringing money, sprinkle coins around it. Do it on Thursday, the day of Jupiter, during the hour of Jupiter. Put dollars around it. Make a dollar sign with a prosperity herb. The more shit you can put on there, the better. Go around repeating a prosperity chant, snuff the candle, do it the next night. There are lots of ways to do it. Candle spells can be very simple, or they can be complex. You could carve symbols of prosperity into the green candle, and then roll it, anoint it with oil, and then roll it into prosperity herbs, so that the candle is filled with symbols of money, and prosperity herbs are in the candle. So there are a million ways to do it, guys. So this is an introduction into candle magic.